Good evening, all those Facebook Live. Got a little intro music here. We got about 2 minutes before we go. Hey, good evening, Travis Ricks, Sylvia, Tiffany Sutton, how you doing? Mark Hammonds, Miss Lisa Mitchell Gordon, my homegirl, how you doing? Eugene Arnold, Jimmy King, good evening to you. Trish Mitchell, favorite Trish Mitchell, how you doing there? Janine Hunter, Ronald Newton, man, I tell you, need to put my glass on to reach you guys. Hey, Miss Lakeisha McKnight, Super McKnight herself. Good evening, good evening, good evening. We're going to start. Now, you guys know we are on goldrocks.info, www.goldrocks.info. You can see the slides and everything. I'm going to try to be calm tonight. I've been cranked up all day. This is about my 5th presentation, so... Hey, Daryl Saul. Good evening to you. Man, I'm telling you, woo. I was going to dress up for you guys tonight, then I changed my mind. I was going to put on a shirt and tie tonight, and I said, oh, man, keep it real for him. Keep it real. Hey, brother Demis Sanya, assalamu alaikum. Good evening to you. Man, we got so many leaders on this team. I don't know why you guys even allow me to do a presentation. But I enjoy doing Saturday night, because Saturday night I get to sort of say what I want to say. Hey, Miss Velma Jackson, how you doing? Hey, Dorothy Coleman, good evening to you. We should be starting in about a minute or so. We're just getting a little background music again. Like I said before, we are at www.goldrocks.info. If you want to see the slides and everything, you can stay right here. And as long as Facebook let me get away with what I'm saying, we'll be all right. Hey, brother Johnny Beverly, Rashida Wan, how you doing? Johnny Beverly, my high school friend, how you doing, sir? Glad to see you on the call. Hope all is well. Hope you got moved and settled in. Alicia, how you doing, girl? Marisol, how you doing? And I can't see that one. Lorenzo, look like Lorenzo? Nope. I need to put my glasses on here. Let me put my glasses on. Maybe I can do this for the next 32 seconds. Let's see. Oh, that helps. Okay. Good evening. Good evening. Maurice D. Mohammed. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. I put some glasses on. They helped me a little bit. Welcome to Saturday night. I love to do Saturday night because Saturday night is serious, people. That means you're not out partying. You're not out of the, well, nobody's out of the club now. They got everybody on quarantine. So, anyway, I'll be quiet.
Do you remember the moment you realized that the world had changed? Let me tell you a quick little story that has nothing and everything to do with the future of our world and how you fit into it. In 1917, the United States faced a huge problem.
Want to see the video? Go to www.goldrocks.info.
Industrialized economy, and there was a shortage. Not a shortage of oil or coal or other natural resources. A shortage of people. Specifically, obedient factory workers. The solution to this economic dilemma? It was an experiment of sorts. It hadn't been done before, until someone thought of it. Mandatory public school. Unfortunately, the initial purpose of the United States public school system was not to inspire children or generate scholars. And it wasn't created for dreamers, people who color outside the lines, break the rules, and challenge the status quo. The public school system of the early 1900s was invented to create a nation full of adults who would obediently do their jobs in the factory assembly lines. Teaching kids to sit in straight rows and scheduling the entire day with the ringing of bells wasn't by chance. Punishing those who didn't conform was purposeful. These were the skills they would need to join the labor force. Intentional or not, this early method
Got 10 minutes. Invite everybody you can. Brother Khalid Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum. Hey, Darlene Bess. My baby sister. Welcome to the call.
Fully employed workers. But it isn't
Hoban Thompson,
anymore.
Natasha.
Why?
Good evening. Marie Stafford. Good
Our economy
evening.
has changed. We don't live in an industrialized economy anymore. We live in a connected economy. Right now, there are more users on Facebook than there were people on the planet 200 years ago. Technology has made it possible for us to connect with people, ideas, and information from anywhere in the world instantaneously. And as a result, our economies have expanded from localized towns and communities to the entire world. We have globalized trade in nearly every way. In the past, the obedient, do-what-you're-told without question people were rewarded for working hard and putting their dreams aside in order to toe the line. They were given well-paying jobs that led to long-term careers. They were guaranteed pensions, benefits, and the promise that they would always be taken care of. And they were. But that promise is gone for most of us today. Even if you have a white-collar job, the majority of white-collar workers are still working in a factory. Instead of operating a sewing machine or welding a widget, they now push pencils, type on keyboards, or process paperwork. It's still factory work because the entire focus of the day is spent on increasing productivity, which leaves little room for creativity, spontaneity, or individuality. The educated, hard-working masses are still doing what they're told, but they're no longer getting what they deserve. Even if you do everything you are told to do today, graduate from high school, go to college, get a degree, work hard in whatever job you can find, if you're lucky enough to find one, you're not guaranteed anything. Companies are being forced to change or die right now. Layoffs happen much more often than job openings appear, and the highest paying jobs are disappearing or heading overseas at an alarming rate. If you have a job where your boss tells you exactly what to do, he or she will always find someone cheaper than you to do it. Did you know that the average length of a job today is about 4.5 years? Contrast that to the 1960s when it was 40 years. The connected economy rewards a different group of people. It rewards the people who see things differently, who don't conform, people who have ideas that no one else has, people who are willing to work hard but know that the old way of doing things is broken. The connected economy rewards you not for being a cog in the wheel of life, but for standing up and reaching out. The connected economy rewards the connectors. Whether it's connecting a person to a person, a business to a business to a product, or a product to a person, those who learn how to connect are the ones who will survive and excel in the connected economy. That is how the world has changed. It's not about to change.
It's
It
already
already
changed.
has. Things are different now, and they're not going back to the way they used to be. Look at Facebook. What's their product? It's you. Your network, your information, your ideas, they all have value. Does Facebook pay you for the money they make selling your information to advertisers? No. But we still use it because we have an innate desire to connect with people. In fact, neuroscientists have found that we are actually hardwired to connect with each other. Some people know how to leverage this innate ability in today's economy, but most don't. And because they don't know how to do it, most of them are paralyzed with fear, resisting the shift, despite clear indications telling them it's time to change.
Renee McCoy.
In 1917, a group of people performed an experiment that forever changed the way that we earned a living. The world today is facing another huge problem. We're facing a shortage of our own. Not a shortage of factory workers or consumers. The world has enough of those. We have a shortage today of dreamers and connectors. And so, we're holding our own little experiment. And you happen to be the subject of it. This 8-minute presentation was specifically designed to seek out and find the connectors around us. Those who recognize that we are on the brink of the next economic revolution, who are ready to thrive in the connected economy, and who are searching for the best way to do it. The internet and technology are rapidly changing the way that we do everything today, including how we make a living.
Good evening.
It's not too late to embrace the change and find a way to make yourself relevant and profitable in our brave new world. And that's why we've invited you here today. We've created something that rewards you for connecting. It pays you for bringing people together behind a cause, product, or idea. And we have systematized it and made it so that you can do it from anywhere with anyone at any time. passionate about helping people, if you are passionate about changing lives, if you want to position yourself to be a capitalizing force within the connected revolution instead of just a bystander, let's start now. Do you remember the moment you realized that the world had changed? How about the moment you realized you could change with it?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I told you we were coming. Here we are. Welcome to our global wealth building event with none other than the phenomenal Network Marketing Hall of Famer, free man for many decades with his whole family. I'm talking about a Rolex winner, earner. I'm talking about an income earner. Let's listen, buckle up, get your pencil and paper together for this phenomenal presentation. You come to the right place because you are sitting with the millionaire mentor, Mr. Ty Best. Great day, Mr. Best.
Hey, good day to you, Mr. Roger Williams. And I got to tell you, man, I was so calm. I had calmed down because I did a live stream about 6 o'clock. But I've been taking deep breaths and said, Tyrone, calm down. You cannot just be off the chain at 9 o'clock. You have new people on the phone, on the line, on the presentation. They don't need to see you just go off. And I tried. And then you got to play that video. And that video sent me down so many roads, I don't even know what to say. I asked myself, what could an average person be thinking after they see that video and not want to enroll in what we're doing? Regardless, who cares what we're doing? Just the idea, just the information that first intro video shared should make you say, I don't know what they're doing, but I want to be a part of what they're doing. I want to connect. And then if you stop and reflect on your own life, you go, that's some interesting things. I have been educated and indoctrinated to get a job. Okay, that's not theory. If you 25 or 30 or 40 years old, you know that to be truth. And then if anything over the last 90 days, Mr. Williams, you know the world has changed. Now, you could have fooled yourself a little bit maybe the last 5 or 10 years and not quite recognize and stick your head in the sand and ignore some obvious signs like jobs going. I mean, I saw jobs go to Mexico, then I saw jobs go to Japan, then I see jobs go to China. I mean, I've witnessed this in my adult life at 65 years old. See, I've witnessed that. That's my experience. But now in the last 90 days, what everyone has seen is last 120 days is an unpredictable experience where the whole world's economy comes to a screeching halt because of a pandemic. We've never experienced that in the last 100 years. I mean, World War I, World War II created some economic situations across the planet, but most of us baby boomers, us 75 to 80 million baby boomers, we've never, ever experienced anything like the last 90 days. And yes, I posted a post yesterday on Facebook, which I know may have offended some people, but it was Al Pacino in his role of Scarface. And on that post it said, if you have not found your hustle since COVID-19, the hustle may not be in you. You don't have, this is not even about ambition. It's not about how big a house you can get. This is about a common sense survival thing we're talking about now. Okay, people are wondering, can they keep a roof over their head? Can they keep something to eat? Send their kids to college? Can they retire decently? We're beyond now. How big is my dream and can I get a Rolls Royce? See, I'm way off track, man. Guys, I don't know how I'm going to do this today because this is about my 6th presentation since like 9 o'clock this morning. And I am cranked up on a level you can't understand. The video said, look what Facebook has done. Their product is you. They don't even manufacture anything. 2+ billion users around the planet. Look what Amazon has done. Amazon don't even manufacture anything. All they do is connect buys and ship stuff. And all we're doing in the world of Carabas is we're showing people a better way. If you're looking, a better way. And all we're doing is connecting people to a system where every single action you take builds your own net worth for generations. God, let's go to the next slide, man. So here's what we do. We register for a free gold accumulation account, and it starts you in a home-based business in over 149 countries. Tonight, You don't have to go check with a small business administration. You don't have to check with your spouse. You don't have to get permission from your boss. You don't have to get permission from your next door neighbor. This is an individual. If you're a guest here for the first time tonight, you can start a home-based business right now, and our product is gold. All we're doing is teaching people to save a tier one appreciating asset, which is gold. Exchange declining paper dollars for gold. Then we're going to teach you first to do it for yourself, and they're going to teach you how to teach other people to do the exact same thing you're doing. That's it. Share with others. How do we do that? I was listening to the training session, Mr. Roger Williams, you and Tanisha Glassby. Your patience is sainthood as far as I'm concerned. You answer these questions. And the young lady at the end was talking about she's nervous. And Tanisha Glassman answered it very well. So how do you conquer fear? Action conquers fear. But in the meantime, while you're getting over your fear, you don't have to learn how to do a training session. You don't have to learn how to do a presentation. All you have to do is put your ego aside, your desire to control everything aside, and plug everybody into the system. And we already have Tanisha Glass, who's overcome her fear. You already have Mr. Roger Williams, who overcome his fear if he ever had any. You already got presenters like myself. We have presenters doing this thing professionally 2-3 times a day, 6 days a week. This is why it duplicates. Okay? And I want to say one other thing while we're on this slide. Okay? This is the product. You need to see this. For those, you need to see this is the product. Now, understand something. I just pulled out my wallet. All this right here has been on my wallet since the first year I got in Carrot Bars in November 2013. This is a 1 gram card. All I do is stick it in my wallet. It's a 1 gram card. That's our WW card. That's the card that gets you on the WW yacht, on the WW private plane. Okay, that's a 1 gram card. Every time I acquire one of the exchange dollars for one of these cards, they send a donation to an orphanage in Africa. So we have a charitable consciousness. Think about it. This is a win-win. I saved this, and they sent a donation to an orphanage in Africa because I saved my own money. You can't beat that. Okay, that's a customized Happy New Year card, specialty card. Okay, then that's another. Was that 2.5? That's 1 gram card again. I don't even know where I got my wallet. And this right here is 5 grams. Now here's what you understand. You can get off the call right now. If you understand this, every last one of these cards have done nothing but to sit in my wallet for the last 6 years, 5+ years. And every last one of them have appreciated about 30% in value since I exchanged dollars for them. This little 5 gram card here was around $200, and now it's over $300 in value. And all it's done is sit in my wallet. None to touch that, folks. Case closed. So here's what we do. You just saw it. And we earn residual income for teaching other people how to do what I do. And I just showed you everybody can do what I've done. Every single person on this call, every single person on this planet of 7.5 billion, we're just getting started, can acquire gold, put gold in their wallet, and net worth increase. And watch this. This gold is not even mine. This gold, if something should happen to me, it belongs to my wife. If something happened to both of us, it belongs to my sons. Man, next slide, please. Let's go. Okay, because I could be all night. I'm cranked up, and nothing is mandatory. Unlike anything, see, don't let anybody tell you that's like another one of those deals. That's like something that, no, there are no mandatory requirements here. We're a licensed e-commerce company operating in 149 countries, no requirements, nothing mandatory. You can't even quit Carrot Bars. Why? Because we don't require you to do anything. So you got to ask yourself, well, wait a minute, what is my life plan right now? Where am I in my life right now? One of the things our business requires you to do is to look in the mirror at yourself and self-evaluate. Where am I financially? Am I where I want to be? Where would I like to be in the future? Legitimate question. They said most of us never ask those questions. Said, wait a minute. If I keep doing the next 10 years what I've done the last 10 years, will I have saved more money? Would I like to save the same amount of money in the next years I've saved the last years? Most of us, according to U.S. Census Bureau at age 65, don't have 85% of the population at age 65 don't have $200 in the bank. That's not me. That's the U.S. Census Bureau talking. According to the Social Security Administration, 95% of the population after working 40 years will be dead or broke at age 65 or 70 years old. 1 will be wealthy, and 4 will be at least be independent. The other 95% will be dependent upon the kindness of family, friend, and strangers to just keep a roof over their head and eat, or the government. Okay? That's not a plan. Okay? So now, if you keep doing what you've been doing, what's the future? What does the future look like? Let's go. Okay? What does the future look like for your young kids? Look at your young people, your grandbabies or your babies, and ask them. You don't want to tell them to do what you've done if what you've done haven't produced the results you want to produce. Okay? Think back. You start a family. I mean, everybody's happy. The baby's happy. And then you sit there and have a little truth talk with it. Let me tell you what's in store for you. We got a system for you. Got a plan for you. And here it is. You're going to go to school about 12 to 16 years. Well, really more than that now. If you count daycare, because see, the average kids in daycare. Why the kids in daycare? Because parents got to go to work. So by 4 or 5, they got you in daycare already. Then they got you in kindergarten to 5 or 6. Then they got you in the first grade. Then they got you in junior high. Then they got you in high school. Then they got you in college. And your entire time through that whole matrix timeline that over 95% of the population is on, you've been indoctrinated to do what? To be an employee. I mean, that's just the straight up truth. You've been indoctrinated to be an employee. Not your fault. That's the way the system was designed. Now, by the way, the system's not failing. The system was designed to create workers. And that was truly necessary 100 years ago as we moved into this industrialization, this industrial age where they needed good factory workers, needed people in the office to help manage the people in the factories, needed people in the office to do the paperwork, all that stuff. All those so-called secure jobs. That was there in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and especially after World War II, where the whole economy exploded. The baby boom generation came about. And man, all these incredible jobs out there that said, you give us 25, you forego your dreams and give us 25 or 30 years of your life, and we're going to take care of it until you expire. But here's the problem. In order to get that, you do have to give up your dreams. To give up your dreams. And then wake up at 65 or 70 years old, retire, still may not have enough money, may have to downsize your whole lifestyle, and then find yourself going to Walmart and greeting the people to make ends meet. That's the plan. Well, that's a recipe for failure. And by the way, that's not a mystery plan. That's not me talking. Okay, I started in this system in 1977 when I was a graduate by Hampton University. And I can even remember when the guy came to our office and started talking about the 401k. He said, the reason you want to put money in your 401k, then listen to this plan strategy for failure, folks. The reason you want to put your money in your 401k, because you're deferring your tax liability for 35 or 40 years. And of course, at age 65, you're going to be making less money than you're making on your job. So you're going to be taxed less for it. And that's why you want to put money in your 401k. So it's telling you you're going to fail financially because at age 65, you're going to be making less money than you were making when you were in the job force. But guess what? You're not going to have to pay tax on it. So now you pull that money out, you're going to be less taxes. You're going to have more money. We know mathematically that's not true. Between fees, taxation, between 401ks going up and crashing going down, it's not true. We ain't got to spend a whole lot of time on that. So anyway, you don't have enough time to keep doing what you've been doing. We don't have enough time. So where does everything start? Everything starts with a dream. But here's the thing. Most of them have been sold a dream on mediocrity. Most have been sold a dream about being average. Average house, average car, average job. That's the dream we've been sold. And most of us buy that dream. Now, some of us have this innate dream within us and we never want to give up. I was one of those people. I used to ask God, what's wrong with me? Because there I was at 22 years old. I had this good job, folks. I'm not talking. Please don't hear me saying if you got a good job and you had it for 35 or 40 years, don't come under any kind of condemnation about that. I don't understand what was going on in me. At 22, I had this good job. I'm working for the second largest corporation on the planet, and I'm frustrated. Because I had these bigger dreams in my head. I could take that good job for the rest of my life and I could always take care of me. But I know with that good job, I could not take care of my parents as they got older. I could not take care of my brothers and sisters. I could not send nieces and nephews. There was a whole lot of things I wanted to do. I could not help somebody else. I could not help somebody impoverished. I could not help a whole lot. You can't help anybody if you're broke. And I knew on that job I was broke because all I could do was take care of me and take care of Valor. And we had good jobs right there in 1970, 78, 79. I said today on the stream, I said the most frustrating time of my life was between the age of 22 and 28 years old. See, because watch this now, because I had a dream. I got a dream when I was 12 or 13 years old, 14 years old. I said I want to play basketball in the NBA. And that dream never came around, but that dream led me to the next dream and then led me to the next dream. That dream made me play basketball. That dream kept me out of trouble. That dream, because I had that big dream, kept me doing things. So I had this big dream, and then at 22 years old, that dream was gone, and I didn't have another dream. I didn't see any way I could get my dream. Now, I knew the job wasn't it, but I still had that thing inside of me say there's got to be more to life than going to work Monday through Friday for 40 years. I kept saying that and saying that. But during that 22 to 20 years old, I said it's the most destructive time of my life. I praise God that I got through it. I said, never for the grace of God, go out, because I got through it somehow. And at 20 years old, I met some dreamers. And those dreamers changed my life, because a guy asked me a simple question. Do you know anybody who'd like to make an extra $1,500 a month? And I said, yes, me. He didn't say I'm going to be a millionaire. He didn't say I'm going to be free. Freedom came later. When I went to the first event, the first meeting I went to with a couple hundred people in the room, and that guy started talking about this thing called freedom. Now, I'm going to talk about that, because I'm going to go these slides real fast in a minute, because I need you to understand how this business works is secondary to your dream. When the dream is big enough, Mr. Roger Williams just said, the facts don't count. When your dream is big enough, fear don't count. Your dream is big, your knowledge don't count. Your dream is big enough, your degree don't count. Your education don't count. Your intellect don't count. When your dream is big enough. And my dream was not a new house, a new car. I had 4 cars in the driveway, a pool in the backyard, had my own mortgage. I don't say had my own home, had my own mortgage. Okay, that's another truth we like to tell here at Wealth Builders Worldwide. You ain't got the home until you got the title. You got a mortgage. The bank owns the home. Don't let them keep telling you these lies about how, welcome, you got your first home. You own your first home. You don't own the home. You own the mortgage. And if you think you own a home, don't pay the mortgage for 2-3 months, and the bank will remind you immediately who owns the home. All this fake stuff going around America, all these trapping success, man. Don't get me preaching about this stuff tonight. Okay? But there I was at 20 years old. And that guy started talking about something, man, that inspired me. He started talking about freedom. And anybody who knows me, all I like to talk about is freedom. Because I'm going to tell you, freedom is not about the amount of money. It's like when you ask somebody, when is retirement age? They'll tell you it's 65, it's 70, it's 90. I was 20 years old, 6 years of college behind me, 6 years of education behind my wife, and no one had ever told us that freedom has nothing to do with your age. Freedom has everything to do with retirement. Let me get that straight. Retirement doesn't have anything to do with your age. Retirement has everything to do with money. And when you have enough money, you can retire. Okay? And when I heard that at 20 years old, and this guy started talking this thing called time and money and freedom, and that's the dream, folks, I got flat out turned on, and I said, I got to get this freedom thing. I got to get this combination of time and money. Okay? And fortunate enough, I bought the dream, hook, line, and sinker. My wife retired at 32. I retired at 40. Haven't had a job in 25 years. My wife haven't had one since Ronald Reagan was president. And guess what? My son, 35 years old, has never applied for a job, and neither has my 20-year-old. Thank you, because somebody stopped me and shared his dream. So there are 4 keys to building wealth. One is creating residual income. You know why my wife was able to retire? Because we created residual income. You know I was able to retire? Because we created residual income. And now we have a program that not only creates residual income, but we get paid in cash and in an appreciating asset. Good God. And you need to have an asset that outruns inflation. Okay? And then most important, why every single person on this planet, especially in America, have a home-based business, because unless you have a home-based business, you can't take advantage of the tax code. And the tax codes in this country are designed for the person who owns a business, because the people who own businesses, they stimulate the economy. People are all in uproar because Jeff Bezos pays 0 taxes. What they don't understand is Jeff Bezos created hundreds of thousands of jobs all across this world. So he reinvests in the economy, reinvests in people, okay? And the benefits of the tax structure is for the person who does what? Stimulate the free enterprise system. Oh, man, next slide, please. God have mercy. I got so much I want to share with you guys, okay? Watch this.
Where's all your money gone, Daddy?
Taxes. 9, 10, 11. Let me fix my houses.
It's okay. It's part of the game.
No, it's not. It's not fun.
It's not fun to what?
It's the worst part of the game.
Oh, it's
Whew.
what?
Taxes. 40%. We're talking about your first 3 months out of every year. Now, the first time I understood this was I did not learn in college. That's why we say Wealth Builders University. You're going to learn more about finances and money here, folks, than you probably learned your entire life. Nobody taught me in college that my first 3 months out of every year, I'm working for Uncle Sam. I mean, I think that's a piece of information they should tell everybody before they got out of high school. Before you get your first job, they should say, you do know the first 3 months out of every year, you're working for Uncle Sam. Now, I got no problem with that, okay? But, man, it would have been great to know. And if you're self-employed, you're in that left side of that quadrant, you're an employee. Because see, 95% of people are employees. They're working at left side of that quadrant, they're employees. That's why they pay 40% tax load. They're self-employed, own the job, and they got a 60% tax burden. Not to mention, by self-employed, we mean that accountant, that doctor, that dentist, that hairdresser, all those folks who own their own business, but in essence, they own their own job because they do what? They still can't get free because they got to go sell their time to make money. So you got to understand this one thing. It makes me upset when I said, look, when you sell your time for money, you still broke. Anytime you got to go give up your time, the most precious thing you have is time. Don't let anybody tell you anything else. You'll realize when you get 60, 65 years old, you're young right now in your 20s and 30s, you may not respect your time. When you get 60 plus years old, you start respecting your time, every minute of your time. That's why I appreciate you being here, because I respect your time. I want you to understand something. Time, when this 24 hours is gone, you can't recollect. You can't get it back. But you know what? You can replace a car. You can replace a home. You can replace a trip. You can replace your clothes. You can replace shoes. But every 24 hours, when it's gone, it's gone. Okay, that 3 months you give Uncle Sam, it's gone. Every year after year is gone. But the only way you can take advantage of that is you got to be in business for yourself. So you got to join the right side of the quadrant, and you got to get on a system that reduce your tax responsibility. All of a sudden, it reduce your tax responsibility because you own a business. That's what we're going to do in Wealth Builders Worldwide. We're going to show you how to move to the right side of the quadrant to get into a system that shows you how to leverage your time, efforts, talent, energy of everybody on the planet. And then as you start to do what? Have that excess income, we're going to show you how to utilize that income to turn that income into more money. You say, the best way to make money is to have your money work for you. Then when broke people go, but I don't have any money. That's a reason to get some or a reason not to do it. Okay, we're going to be all the time. You said, we'll show you how to save. I don't have money to save. That's not a reason not to do it, folks. That's a reason to do it. If you're sitting right now and say, I don't have any money to get started, that's not a reason not to start. That's a reason to start. So we want to shift your thinking to thinking like wealthy people. Broke people say, I can't afford. Wealthy people go, how do I afford that? It's a whole different mind process, and it's worth $1 million to you. Let me explain. Slow down for a minute. Slow the slides down for a minute, Mr. Roger Williams, you can for me. I want you to get this. When you tell your mind you can't afford something, you know what your mind says? You just input it from here. The tongue is the creator. Your tongue said to the mind, I can't afford it. And the mind says, okay. And the mind starts searching the data in your brain and says, that's right. You can't afford it. You got this. And the mind starts searching all the data to support what you just claimed you can't do. It's $1 million to you now. But when you change the words out your mouth to say, how do I afford that 10,000 square foot home? How do I afford that? And then the brain starts saying, well, I don't know, but let me figure it out. And this powerful instrument that God gave you, it starts to figure out how do you afford the thing you said you thought you couldn't afford. But see, it's our thinking. I mean, the doctor told you, it's $1,500 to do that surgery or that medication for that child, and that child's your child. The last thing your brain going to say is, I can't afford it. Your brain going to say, where do I get this $1,500 from? So you're retraining that brain to think in a positive mode, to think in an I can mode, not I can't mode. Okay? And we've been conditioned through 40,000 plus hours of programming to be average, to be mediocre, to not think our way through situations, and to not believe the impossible. To not believe what people say is impossible. It's not impossible. Every single thing on this planet was once in somebody's mind before it was done, including the light bulb, the car, the computer, the laptop, the phone you're on right now. It was all created in somebody's mind. Okay? In the 50s, Dick Tracy ran around with a wristwatch phone, and now we got it today. Okay? Star Trek in the 60s had flip phones talking in space and Captain Kirk come in. And now we all got a cell phone. Jesus Christ. We got to think about the possibilities. Develop new habits, behaviors, and activities. Learn how to save gold. And it starts to reprogramming all these brain cells in your brain to think differently and think about the possibilities in life instead of what you've been led to believe is impossible. I'm here to tell everybody on this call tonight, you can become financially independent. You can become free. Don't be impressed by Mr. Roger Williams. Don't be impressed by me. And for God's sake, don't be impressed by Mr. Delco. Be respectful Acknowledge what he's done, but don't believe for 1 second he's done something you can't do, or I've done something you can't do, or Val I've done something you can't do, or the Browns done something you can't do, or Roger's done something you can't do, or Tanisha Glassford, a free woman in America, has done something you can't do as a single woman. Mr. Delco said, if you don't find what real money is, you work until you die. See, these are some concepts, man, we didn't know till we was 59. I didn't know that gold was money until I was 59 years old. With the millions of dollars I've earned in this industry, no one, all the financial advice I've had in the world, and not one ever told me, Tyrone, you know gold is money? And then Mr. Delco comes in and said, anything that is defined as money must be a store of value. What's value? Your labor. That's value. When you spend that 40 hours a week at that job, it's gone. You can't get it back, like I said a minute ago. But however, if you take some of that labor, the dollars they gave you for that labor, the fake money they gave you for that labor, and you put that labor in gold, you've just stored that in something that's worth and something that means something to you in the future. But see, until Caraboss came along, the average person been priced out of that agenda. If you want to open up a gold account, man, you had to go put aside $10,000, $25,000 to get that gold account open, and the fees will eat your life. Mr. Warren Buffett, not me, the guy worth $60 to $80 billion, says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Man, that's a great thing. Can you imagine putting that thought in your grandchild's mind at 5 or 6 years old, or into your child's mind at 8 to 10 years old? I'm not saying they got the answer, but can you imagine putting that in their mind and they start to think about it then? I started thinking about it at 28 years old. Now, it wasn't quite said that way, but it said when you have residual income, you're free because now you got time and you got money to go do what you want to do. And this is where networking comes in. We're going to show you how to leverage the time, energy, and efforts of other people. Okay? That's where exponential growth comes in. Compounding your money is exponential growth. But as you build a network, a distribution network of people on your team from around the world, you start to leverage it as well. The time and efforts and talents of the other people. J. Paul Getty said, one of the first billionaires on the planet, said, what? I would rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people than my own. Think about that for a minute. Now, you would think that's a novel concept, but it's done all over the world. I would rather have 1% of one piece of effort. You can keep your 99%, but let me get 1%. But then multiply that times 100 people. Now, he doesn't have to get up and produce anything. And see, folks, this is an important concept to understand. You know why? Because at some point in your life, you're going to get tired. You're going to get old. And God forbid I'm not claiming your life, but there's probably a good chance at some point in your life, you're going to have some sick time. At 30 years old, I got my first brain tumor. I didn't smoke, didn't drink, exercise all the time. I don't know why I got that brain tumor, but it put me down for about 4 or 5 months. And then it grew back again, put me down for another month or so. Okay? You don't know. You got to plan to have some income come in that's not based on your ability to perform. I don't care if you're making $500,000 a year. So this is what Caraboss is going to teach you how to do. We're going to teach you how to develop financial security. We're going to teach you how to develop financial independence. We're going to teach you how to hedge your time against crisis. It's been a crisis. But I can tell you what, just like Mr. Willie Brown just said on a live stream a little while ago, he said, man, we just haven't missed a beat in Caraboss. There are folks in Caraboss who are full-time in this business and, man, it's been a joy. Oh, I won't say it's been as great as the last 2 years, but, man, look, I haven't missed a beat. Why? Because 2 things happen. Number one, we learned that we're entrepreneurs at risk. Entrepreneurs at risk always learn to reserve cash flow. There are great times, there are not so great times. They're all good times, but there are great times, there are not so great times. And we learn in the great times do what? Store for the leaner times, but it's all smooth once you understand. I've been free for 25 years. Don't think it's been 25 years like this. It's been 20 like this, then like this, then like this, like this. Okay? But I've learned what? Keep the money. Don't learn how to spend it all. Have a good time, but save some. Because one year you're going to make $1 million. In 1996, in a 14-month period, really wasn't 1 year, but in a 14-month period in 1996, my wife and I made $1 million. The next year we made like $200,000. Now we'd be depressed if we were spending $1 million a year. But you learn not to do that. I'm just throwing it in there for free. For some of you sit there, you get the $50,000, you think you made it. No, man, learn how. If you make $5,000 a month, spend 3, you make 10, spend 5, you make 20, spend 10, you make 30, spend 10. You make 50, spend 10. Okay? You make 60, spend 10. Keep doing that until you got it stacked up, man. We got cash stacked up and gold stacked up, but we're telling you a wealth principle. Because you got 2 types. You got the working class, you got the wealthy. Okay. What the working class taught to do what? Spend, 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 spend. Oh, man, people got their stimulus money coming in from the government. They out buying flat screen TVs, goldfish, and a bunch of nonsense. Okay, let me calm down. But it's just the truth. It's just the truth. Okay? And then the last thing we do, the wealth, the working class, the last thing they do, because I'm not in that class anymore. I'm not even going to pretend like I'm in that class. No, I can't even pretend like that no more. Okay? The working class take all the money, spend it all, and they say what's left, and most of the time there's anything left. Okay? But wealthy do what? They save and invest first. And then they pay the bills and everybody else knows and go spending, go on sprees. We got people who spend more time planning a 2-week vacation or planning a cruise or planning a trip or planning. Wait a minute, and forgot. Don't let me start talking about people who spent $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 planning a wedding. It's okay if you wealthy, but if you broke going to work every day, you spend $30,000 on a wedding. Now, if you've already done that, I apologize. I told you I'm wild tonight. I'm wild tonight. But I see people making these financial decisions that would devastate them for years. Spend $40,000 on a wedding and divorce 5 years later. That make any sense at all? I'm not saying. Let me get off that. I apologize for those people whose feeling I might have hurt, but I know how women feel about their wedding. They get personal. They want to hang up on me. Don't hang up on me, folks. I'm just throwing some stuff out there. Hey, it's not a wedding. Same thing. A guy go spend $40,000 on a car. Okay, I know grown men got a family of 4 who went out and bought a 2-seater car. What's that for? What a waste of money. But see, anyway, wealthy people, they save and invest, circulate. Buy your car with your asset, with income from your assets. That's another situation, another seminar, man. I'm going to get off that. I apologize for those toes I might have stepped on, but sometimes I just want to share some real stuff with you based on my 65 years of experience. Okay, believe me, you can spend that money on stuff, but there will be a time where you wish you had the money and didn't have the stuff. That's just a fact. Okay, for those of you who got a job out there and think your job is secure, how do you think your job is secure after watching the last 4 months? Anybody, how do you think that? So you need a home-based business. Here's the ultimate home-based business, ultimate freedom program, and it's called Carabas International, located in Stuttgart, Germany. 1 block. See, this is another thing you got to understand. Lord, I'm going to try to speed up. We're not even on trial here, folks. See, it's not, I don't even understand folks who go want to do something brand new. Believe me, brand new is overrated. Okay, they brand new, they pop up all the time. They're here today, gone tomorrow. They gone. We got an almost 10-year track record. Our corporate headquarters is Stuttgart, Germany, in a high-end district, 1 block from the Mercedes-Benz corporate headquarters. And I know it to be true because I have personally flown there. Mr. Delka's personally been there. Right? I mean, we're talking about people on the team who've been in Stuttgart, Germany, in the corporate headquarters. Germany is a whole trip, folks. You're talking immaculate, clean, organized, incredible. I'm talking about everybody riding around in Mercedes. You call an Uber, the Mercedes S500 come pick you up. And every taxi is a Mercedes-Benz. It's crazy, but that's the corporate headquarters. Anyway, it's beautiful out there. We went through the corporate headquarters. Okay, now I'll tell you one other difference in Carabas. All the stuff out there. That's the 9-year tracker we got is proven. But this next gentleman, you're going to look at the founding CEO of Carabas. This right here is the difference. Now I'm saying this difference. I'm saying he is the difference because I have dealt with no less than 10 different CEOs over the last 37 years on a personal basis. I'm not talking about what I read in a book. I'm talking about handshake, personal basis, eyeball to eyeball. And I go, this man is exceptional. And what makes him exceptional is you read his book, and what makes him exceptional because he knows the road that we're on. He knows the road you're going to take to freedom because this is the exact same road he took. It wasn't like he got his MBA and was born on the other side of the tracks. And he one day said, hey, you know what? This networking concept is a good idea. I think that's what I do. No. He made his bones doing what we're asking you to do, doing what I did. I respect on a whole nother level because that's what I did. Okay? And this man is committed to what we're doing. His mission says he's committed. He said, my mission is to produce the highest quality of gold available in the marketplace and make it easily accessible to the masses of honest people. Somehow this business we have our hands on, it seems to spit out the dishonest people. They don't seem to hang around. The dishonest people don't seem to hang around. He said, and make gold available at a price point that everyone can afford. How did he come with this mission? Because in 2008, he saw the world devastated by that financial crisis. You understand, the world was on the brink within 24 hours of a complete financial crash. And then the feds came in and pump some trillions of plus dollars into the economy to prop it up for another 8 to 9 years. But he knows that folks who had gold, who had reserved their cash in gold, those folks weathered the storm. And he said, wouldn't it be nice to have a company where the average people, you and me, could afford to exchange dollars for gold at a price point we could afford, 1 gram at a time. And without anybody's support, without checking with his neighbor, his best friend, he put millions of dollars on the table and launched this company called Carabas International. And now here we are almost 10 years later with millions of dollars being paid out commissions. Millionaires have been created all over the world. And people making 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100,000 a month in this program. And people still wondering if it works. Can it be tried out? No, we're not on trial here, folks. The expert agree gold is money. Our product is gold. There are people, everything that people do, everything that people wake up for, spend 40 hours a week, they're in pursuit of money. Our product is money. Alan Greenspan, former chairman of the Federal Reserve, which is not federal, is not reserved, don't reserve anything, and is not federal. Nice sounding name, just designed to dupe the public in 1913, which it has done for 100 years. But right now, the curtain's been pulled back, and we realize the Federal Reserve is not federal. But Alan Greenspan said what? Gold is always accepted as money all around the world. When I was in Germany, you know what they wanted from us? They didn't want a dollar. They wanted a credit card, they wanted gold, but they didn't want a dollar bill. See, if you don't get outside this country, you don't know this. Okay? And Robert Kiyosaki said gold is God's money. That's why I keep $1,000 of gold in my wallet, because gold attracts gold. Gold attracts wealth. Here's our gold. Every single gram of gold has a black light technology to certify that it is real 24 karat gold, that it is the real deal. We physical gold, not an ETF, not some paper. We send physical gold to your doorstep via FedEx to your doorstep. It is now digital. If I decide I want to send 100 grams of gold to Roger Williams, I can. If Roger Williams wanted to sell me a car something he had and I wanted to buy it, I could send $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 of gold to Roger Williams' gold account directly from my account to his. We're creating a whole economy, folks, that you got to see. See, people didn't see Amazon coming. They didn't see Microsoft coming. They didn't see the iPhone coming. They didn't see Apple coming. And people don't see us coming, but you are here now. We're telling you now, this is a whole new economy outside the economy. How can COVID has devastated everything around the planet, but we just keep on shipping out gold, paying commissions every single Friday, in fact, sometimes early, and we haven't missed a beat? This is Carabas. This is what you have. Why? Because we're outside. And by the way, this is not unique. This is unique in one sense, but I've been in networking 37 years. Do you know something? The market crashed in the 80s, I never felt, never saw. The market crashed in the 90s, never felt, never saw. The market crashed in 2000, never really felt, never saw. You know why? Because I've been building a business outside the traditional economy. When 2008 happened, I didn't feel that. I mean, I literally did not feel it. In 2008, when 2008 crash hit, I just kept doing what I was doing. Okay? And right now, in the world of Carabas still shipping out gold, still paying commissions every Friday and the first every month. Okay? And then we got some stuff coming out here in the next 30, 60 days is going to set the world on fire, and you are here now. So how does the compensation plan work? Guess what, folks? You don't even have to understand it. You're still going to get paid. Okay? Here's why I explain in a minute. But I got to say this disclaimer first. Because when I give you these numbers, it's just for illustration purposes only. There's no guarantee of income. Your income is based on your ability to perform and what you produce. And let me say something else I wanted to say, because I heard something last night. I want to clear up something. Carabas is a meritocracy. Mr. Delco said that last. It's a meritocracy, meaning that we earn by achieving. But I want to say something now. I'm going to add something to that. But it's not necessarily a level playing field. Okay? Everybody has the right to earn, and you will get paid what you earn. But what I mean by it's not necessarily a level playing field. See, everybody come into the business with a different level of experience, a different background, a different network, a different amount of resources. So that's what makes the playing field unlevel. But you still get what you produce. Hope you understand what I just said. See, if I come into the business, I get me a VIP pack, get me 2 VIP packs. I got a little jump on you if you come in and get you a free position. because that's all you can afford to get started with. So I got a little head start against you. But it doesn't preclude you from doing what you got to do. You just got to go a little harder and work a little harder to get what you got. So I have a somewhat of an advantage over you because I come in with more resources. If I've been networking and communicating with people and been friendly to people for the last 25 years, and you've been a recluse, you've been a frowner all your life, never smiling at anybody, never connecting to anybody, not reaching out to people, you've been shy and introvert all your life, I have a little bit of advantage over you. So don't compare yourself. My point in saying all this is don't look at anybody else's story and compare yourself. Don't look at Mr. Delco's free and 103 story and compare yourself to his story. Don't compare yourself to my story. Took me 12 years of part-time effort in this industry to get free. Don't compare yourself to that, for God's sake. Don't compare yourself to my story, okay? Don't compare yourself to Valerie's story. Everyone that comes in have to run your own race, but you can never, ever say in the word of Carrie Boss, they didn't send me my money because I didn't have a degree. They didn't send me my money because I have a record. You know what I memean by record. They didn't send my money because I'm racism. They didn't send my money because I'm a woman. They didn't, The 24-hour, 7-day-a-week software does not recognize who you are. All it recognizes your ID number, and therefore it is a meritocracy. When you produce, you earn. Somebody said, Carabal's not paying. I said, oh, Carabal's always paying. You may not be earning, but Carabal's always paying. Okay? Anyway, 7+ ways of making money. We can't even show you all the ways. Let's start with something real quick. We got the Unilever comp plan. Unilever says this. We encourage you, get in the free position. Yes, in the free position, you can earn money. But if you want to, and that pays you once a month, go enroll 5 people, at least 5. Find 5 dissatisfied people somewhere on this planet in 149 countries. Find 5 people on this planet, folks. Enroll those 5 people, and that's how you maximize the Unilever position. That's it. And teach them to what? Save, go. You get paid as much as 6% down to infinity. That's what it's all about. And that's how it works for you. Okay? And that's how that works for you. Now, the dual system. You want to get into the dual system. Okay? The dual system, you want to get a package. The dual system gets you in a package. And when you get a package, you're in the dual system. And all you do is get that package one time. That's like your franchise fee. You got a dual system compensation plan that works completely. The dual system, folks, works on a consistent basis. All you do is get you a package one time. Okay? Excuse me, 1 second. Okay? My business partner just joined me. Okay, so I apologize. So now let me get my mind straight. So anyway, okay, can everybody hear me okay? Yes, that's fine. Okay, we're back. All right. So anyway, to get in the dual system, you want to get in the dual system because the dual system puts you in a position to get paid 4 more times a month. So now you got the Unilever paying you once, you got the dual system paying you every single Friday. The dual system is based on the package you get. The package you get determines how much you earn. Now watch this. For those who are new, don't sit like you got to sit there and write notes and try to memorize this. Once you register for free, all this is in writing in your back office. All you got to do is remember this. This compensation plan puts you in a position to get more. That's what it does. It puts you in a position to get more. We'd encourage you to do what? Well, you went too fast on that time, Roger. I at least want to show them what they can get. Let me go back. Can we go back? Okay, you need to understand this. You want to get the VIP package. Why? Yes, that VIP package. Yes, that's 4,900 euro, but it's gonna give you matching bonus in gold, 7 generations deep. Now you say, how much is that? It's more. VIP package number 6. You get a VIP one time. Okay. That's $3,400. Same thing, folks. It gives you matching gold, 7 generations deep. Every pack is going to give you matching gold. So not only are you going to earn cash, you're going to earn matching gold. That's a tier 1 potential appreciating asset that you're going to earn just by sharing this business. And folks, I don't want to tell you how much gold I've earned in the last 90 days in Carabal's because that's just private information. I'm not supposed to talk about that on a live call because that's considered enticement. So I'm not going to talk about that. Okay, let's go to the next slide, folks. Get you a package right now. Direct commission. How does direct commission work? You have the right to enroll as many people as you want to enroll in the program. See, this is what I mean by meritocracy. Everything is based on the size of your dream. So you get started. You got your package. Let's say you got any one of those packages. Okay, you're gonna get a 10% direct commission based on anyone's 3, 4, 5, or 7. Any one of those packages, you get a 10% direct commission. So that means you go out and you invite 10 people to the program. That's a 10%. Any package they get, you get a 10% direct commission on. But anybody they tell, the first level is people you share with. The second level is people they share with. Anybody they tell, that's 3% direct commission. And then on the third level, anybody they tell, that's 2% direct commission. And watch this. This is simple, folks. Don't complicate this. And you don't have to try to memorize this in your head. This is exponential growth. You shared it with 10 people who did the exact same thing you did. That puts 100 people in the second level who do the exact same thing you did. That's 1,000. Anybody in the chat room, man, text in the chat room how many people you've actually enrolled. And I know Tanisha Glassman has enrolled almost 600 people in the program. I've enrolled over 200 people in the program. Mr. Delco probably approaching 500 people. Roger Williams over 300 people in the program. It's not difficult. If you're out talking to folks and saying hello, look at that, 48, 92. You can find 5. You can find 10 people who want to exchange dollars for gold. Mr. Delco over 500 people. Okay? You determine what you do based on the size of your dream, but you can't stop from duplicating. You can't stop it from duplicating. It's just numbers. I just told you I've enrolled over 200. My wife and I have enrolled over 200 people in the program, folks, and then there's over 100,000 people in our organization worldwide. I don't know them all, okay, but this is what I do know. I believe what the scripture said. If one can put 1,000 in flight, two can put 10,000. So I got started in faith that I knew. My wife and I were both excited about it, and we could have 10,000 people in the business. Okay, but some other people got excited too, and that's why there's 100,000. I'm here to tell you, I want you to remember this conversation. We're gonna have 1 million people in Wealth Builders worldwide, and then we're gonna go from there. But the first goal, let's get to that million. We want to march to 1 million people in Wealth Builders worldwide, and you're a part of it. We're just getting started. Next slide, man. I'm almost finished here. Dual team bonus thing. This is why you want to get a package, because this dual team bonus thing is incredible. You got a left team, you got a right team. Everybody got a left team and you got a right team. Now, here's the thing about this. You're doing this business. You're in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. You just heard me say, Miss Tanisha Glass has enrolled almost 600 people in the program, but only 2 can be attached to her. Look at that picture to the left. Only 2 can be attached. 1 on the left, 1 on the right. That means the other 500 or 600 plus people, they did what? They fell down line for those first 2 people she enrolled. That means she's helping everybody on her team succeed. When you enroll more than 2 people, you're helping people on your team succeed. You've never seen like that's what leverage is all about. It's not about you. It's about you getting started. And then all those folks become goal savers. They become packaged. They acquire packages. As those folks become goal savers, those folks acquire packages. Everything has a unit value. Okay, and once there's 25 units on one side and 50 units on the other side for a total of 75 units, doesn't matter which side, for a total of 75 units, you get a dual team payout. And that dual team payout, wait a minute, this volume goes down to infinity, and that dual team payout is based on the package you get. And this is why you want to push yourself, you want to extend yourself to get the largest package you can get. If you get a bronze package, that dual team payout is €40, that's around $50. You get a silver, that's around €50, around $60. You get a gold, that's around $60 in euro, €60. But you get a VIP package, €80, that's around $100. That's about $100 every time you get a dual team payout. Now understand, we're not talking about, this is not theoretical here. The potential dual team payouts is 180,000. That's a dual team payout every 3 seconds. That's theory. But there are people in the world of Carabas who've gotten 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 dual team payouts in a day. In one day. You do the math. 101 day times 100, that's $10,000 that day. Okay? You say, I don't believe that. Great. Can you believe in 1 per day or 1 per week? See, the goal is you don't have to believe in becoming a multi-millionaire. What you have to believe is to get started and understand that you can get more. More. Name of the game is more. Can you believe in more? I didn't get started to become a multi-millionaire. I got started getting more. My first check back in 1993, my wife got that check. It was like $13, man. We were so happy. We knew to do it ourselves. You know why? Because it was the first check we'd earned without a boss. And then don't even talk about the matching bonus. See, I'm saying all these ways of making money. I'm going through them. The matching bonus, again, is based on what package you get. Why do you want to be a VIP? Because the matching bonus is 5%, 7 generations deep. He said, what's the matching bonus? In this business, the more you help other people succeed, the more you succeed. The matching bonus is based on you helping other people get a dual team payout. So every time you help somebody in your team get a dual team payout, you're going to get a 4% matching bonus on your team. So every time you help somebody, okay, get a dual team payout. That means they get €80, you get 4%, you got my €4. And there are folks in the world of Carabas who's gotten as many as 100 matching bonuses in one day. And I'm one of them. Now, you do the math. First time I told the guy that matching bonus €4, he said, well, that's not that much money. I said, there you go again. The average person, when they see this, they have a tough time with exponential growth. They have a tough time seeing the numbers go from 2 people to 4 to 8 to 16 to 32 to 64 to 128 to 256 to 512, 1024, 2048. They can't see that. We have been taught to see exponential growth. Okay? Like the same thing, you do that example of a penny a day doubled every day, or would you take 10,000 per dollars? Now, watch this for those who are new. Let me slow down a bit, because this is the first question I heard 37 years ago. It's been asked over and over again. If you've ever been to a networking presentation, they've asked this question. If I would offer you $10,000 a day for 30 days, or a penny a day doubled every day for 30 days, which one would you take? And if you haven't heard this presentation, almost everybody takes the $10,000 a day. You know why? Because we can do the math. We go 10,000 times 10 in 100 days. I got me $100,000. Then we do the other math. A penny a day doubled every day. We go a penny. The second day I got 2 pennies. The third day I got 4 pennies. And then you look up about 10 days into it, you got like 80 cents. You go, okay, you take the 10,000. But what you don't know is at the end of 30 days, the penny a day doubled every day is $5 million. That's exponential growth. When the guy said to me, I said, look, but what if you got 100 people get a dual team payout every day times 4? That's $400 that day. He went, whoa, that's the difference. You got to look at the numbers down the road. Everybody starts the same place. I got started, signed myself up, and enrolled my wife. And then there's 100,000 people. Mr. Delco got started, the same thing, sponsors himself, sponsors his wife. Okay? And now he's approaching 100,000 on his team. Man, please, you don't know. This matching bonus is incredible. Okay? How you get paid? All the money's put on private should go MasterCard. There we go. You're good in 100 million locations around the world. We say 1 gram of gold for wealth. That's it. You can use that MasterCard, pay your mortgage, your rent, your lease bill, your phone bill, your car note, put gas in your car, take cash out of any ATM machine around the world. I know that for a fact, too, because I used my car while I was in Germany. I just wanted to test it out. Okay, next slide, man. I'm telling you, I'm just going from one thing to the next. And then we got these long-term incentives. I didn't even think about these incentives. Okay, when I got them, I mean, they were there. I thought about them. I threw them in the back of my mind and went to work. Mr. Delco, same thing. Threw them in the back of our mind and went to work. And then you get a letter say, you just qualified for the bag. You just qualified for the Mont Blanc pen. You just qualified for the bracelet. Oh, man, the pure gold bracelet is qualified. And then all of a sudden, Mr. Delco got the letter that said, Mr. Delco, you just qualified for the Rolex watch, and we like to give it to you. Mr. Delco got his watch before I got mine. And then a few months later, I get a letter from Mr. Best. You just qualified for the Rolex watch. I was not running for the Rolex watch. I was running to get more. I hope you understand that. Running to get more. I wasn't running for the Rolex watch. I was running to get more. And then a few months after that, Mr. Delco, another letter says, Mr. Delco, oh my God. You got to understand the powers. Mr. Delco got in the business after I did. For those neophytes who still think you got to be in the business first. And Mr. Delco qualified for the C-Series Mercedes. And then they gave him an option. All these incentives, they give an option. Would you like the car, Mr. Delco, or would you like the gold? And the Delcos took the gold because we are wealth builders. We understand an appreciating asset versus a depreciating liability. Oh, I appreciate the car. I'm not downgrading the car. If you want the car, I'll get you the car. Okay? But since Mr. Delco got the gold's probably gone up 20% in value. I don't want to exaggerate. I'm going to say 10, 15% in value. I think it's about 20% in value, though. But anyway, let's put it this way. The gold, from the day they gave him the gold, is worth more than it was when he got it. So here's the advantage of being in Carabas. Number 1, 9-year-old company. Number 2, 149 countries. Number 3, products delivered FedEx. This is important. Slow down. No credit. When people say got to check Carabas out, it's already been checked out by FedEx. We're the number 1 customer in the whole world. It's already been checked out by MasterCard. Already been checked. We got 1 million affiliates. Unless you think you're some kind of genius, you're not going to come in here and ask us some question that has not already been asked and answered about 10,000 times. I mean, you need to relax and just start running. It's like giving McDonald's 1.5 million and say, before I give my 1.5 million, I got a bunch of questions. McDonald's looking like you crazy. Okay? Man, and wait a minute, here's the worst part. You buy a McDonald's franchise and then you want to go in there and change how McDonald's do things. They got a 6-year track record of success. Well, you know what? We got a 6-year track record. Carabau's got a 9+ year track record of success. But Wealthbuilders Worldwide, we got a 6-year track record, proven success track record. And all you got to do is enroll for free, plug in, follow the map, plug into your upline, take some instructions, and you're going to find yourself making more money, having more net worth the next 12 to 24 months than you ever had probably in the first 30, 40 years of your life. Next point, man. Lord have mercy. 24/7 multi-million-dollar software that does not cost you a dime. It operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in 149 countries, and does not cost you a dime. People say, what does that mean? If somebody on your team, you're in North Carolina, and you enroll a guy in New York, and that guy in New York enroll somebody in Ghana, and somebody in Ghana enroll somebody in New Zealand, a person in New Zealand enroll somebody in Australia, and they acquire 1 gram of gold, that 24-hour software shows that 1 gram of gold in your office in 5 seconds back there. It's real time, 20 hours a day, 7 days a week. We never close. Even Walmart closing there at 11 o'clock or 8 o'clock or whatever time they close now. We're open 24 hours a day in spite of COVID-19. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're doing things. Warren Buffett said what? Make money while you sleep. We have a complete support system. That's Wealthbuilders Worldwide. We got something going on 7 days a week, including tomorrow night's fast track training at 9 o'clock. Okay? And it costs you no money getting. You have no overhead. I mean, the thing that I try to get some business people to see sometime, the average business out there got overhead. They got a building. The day of the brick and mortar business, folks, is gone. I read articles about 40 primary companies that's been around for 40, 50 years that are gone out of business. We talking about J.C. Penney's. We talking about, I don't want to name them. You know them, okay? We're talking about Neiman Marcus, talking about going out of business. All these companies going out of business, filing banks, getting money from the government. Here's Carabau's is doing business. Okay? We got people in Carabau's making $100,000. You got no overhead, no employees, no place to go. And their business have not been affected. Look, I quarantined myself 25 years ago when I retired. Would actually be 25 years for those who want correct information. I will have officially retired July 14th. It'll be 25 years exactly. Now, you can say I really retired the last year of my job because all I did was show up and give instructions and hang out. But anyway, okay. And our product is what? Everybody's in pursuit of our product. Why? Everybody's in pursuit of money, and our product is money. It is 24-karat gold bullion. That's money. That's our product. So which one you want to have? A garage full of lotion, potion, pills, and not disparaging those things. I made a living marketing those things for a long time, for 30 plus years, until Carabau's came along. So I'm not saying something negative about that. No, I'm just saying that I'd rather have a garage full of this. I'd rather a house full of this than a house full of anybody's lotion, potion, pill, or travel vouchers. Worldwide market, gigantic market, 7 billion customers just getting started. Unique products, innovative company, substantial compensation plan, a high potential part-time income, and customer support via phone and email 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Folks, what else can I tell you? 3 things say to get started. 3 types of people see this program. Number 1, first person said, man, I want to help people. I'm in. Some of you said I could have stopped talking an hour and 15 minutes ago. The second group says what? You want to save and go. Guess right. See, every time somebody says, it's not for me, I said, what's not for you? There's only 2 things to do in Carabau's. Save money, make money. So which part you don't feel comfortable about? To save your money or to make your money? That's all we do. And then it's things that you want to make money. So we got something. That's why when Jorgen Povermuller said there will be 1 billion people in Carabau's, I believe him. Why? Because there's no reason not to be. It's free to enroll. Income is unlimited. And you only have to do what you want to do. If all you want to do is save, go, great. If you want to get in, just help people, fantastic. And you can only help people who want to be helped. That's what you got to remember. So get started, folks. Get back with the person who invited you and get started. And look at that support team. I'm encouraging for those who are new, take a snapshot of that picture while it's there. Take out your cell phone and take a snapshot. Okay, and every time you enroll somebody, you send that to somebody, because guess what? They may not like my presentation. They said, man, that guy tired best. I mean, he told a bunch of stuff. I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter. Because you know why? On Monday night, there'll be someone different. On Tuesday, there'll be someone different. On Wednesday, there'll be someone different. This whole system is designed to be above your personality, above my personality. It's not about personalities, idiosyncrasies, or isms. Okay? You look up there, you see folks of all ages, all background, all persuasion, all ethnicities right there. Men, women, black, white, okay? Honorary brothers. We got them all over the place. All types of religion, all types of age. Our young millennial, me and Mr. Matthew Tilley, the incredible call this morning, 30 years old. God, man, to know this stuff at 30. Ooh, Maxine Jones, that's a shame. Anyway, it's right there. Just take a snapshot. I keep it in my phone. Okay? Get ready for Relentless. Relentless gonna happen, man. I'm telling you. It's a virtual weekend. We could have as many as 10,000 people worldwide plug into Let's Go Weekend. It'll be the first Let's Go Weekend we made virtual. It's Let's Go Weekend 10. It's going to be a 3-day affair. Get your tickets now. Get ready, man. We're going to pack the house. It's going to be incredible. That's it. COVID-19 didn't slow us down, baby. COVID-19 got us excited. And then go to shopmyww.net and get your t-shirts. Why? Brand your business. Brand yourself. Don't be walking around with Nike on and Dallas Cowboy stuff on and Pittsburgh Steelers stuff on. Hey man, I love the Pittsburgh Steelers. They ain't paid me a dime. I've been a fan since 1977. I watched them win Super Bowl rings. I got guys on the team where I've been rolling carrot balls. Man, they ain't paid me nothing. Okay. Carrot bars and Wealthbuilding Worldwide will get you paid. Get your t-shirts, man. Walk around. Start something that will start a conversation. Okay, why do I wear this hat on? It starts a conversation. This is a Wealth Builders Word shirt. Starts a conversation. This is a private team shirt right here. Get the Wealth Builder shirt. Go online. Get you some shirts. Get you some t-shirts. Get stuff that starts a conversation. And by the way, and get as many copies of the Dream Chaser Manifesto as you can. Why? Because it promotes your business. It promotes your leadership. I made a point of having almost every leader, almost every team represented, even in this book. You see their name in this book. It sells it for yourself. If you haven't got a copy of Dr. Harold Sykes' book, you're not in the game yet. That's all I'm going to say. And then if you haven't got a copy, if you haven't got a copy of Robert Kiyosaki's book, you're unarmed. In this financial battle, you are walking around unarmed. Because this book going to give you information that's going to tell you how fake everything is going around. I mean, this book was written before COVID. If COVID did anything in the last 4 months, it's told you that many people have the trappings of success. I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about businesses got the trap. How can Neiman Marcus be 100 years old, go out of business? JCPenney going out of business. All these companies going out of business just after 3-4 months. Why? Because they had the trappings. They were at business. They were at bequest. They were in business because of what? The banking extended credit to them. When the bank decides to cut them off, they got to shut the doors because their cash flow could not sustain them. This is business in the 21st century. It's called Carabal's International, and you've been invited to join the party. Folks, I thank you so much for your time. I thank you for attendance. I encourage you to get back with the person. If I said something to offend you, ignore it. Ignore it. Do not let my thinking keep you from achieving your dream and a multi-million-dollar opportunity. Don't let anybody see your dream. If the dream is big enough, the facts really don't count. Dream big. Don't let anybody steal your dream. Thank you, Mr. Roger Williams. Thank you, Tanisha Glassby. Thank you, Mr. Berger. And thank you, Mr. Dalco. And all the folks who've attended. Thank you, Miss Sherry Brown. Good night. Ahoo. Good night, Facebook fans. Good night, Facebook friends. Facebook friends. Good night. Good night. Good night.